Sorry, I forgot to record. Now, what will you get from the examiner? A clock, a paper, a pen, or a card? Okay, all of you have correct. B, 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 and D. B, B, B. No? You have no answer, right? You have not yet answer, right? Which
No,
one?
D.
D. Let me see. Lisa, D. Peter, D. Lisa has the first answer. So the first one is D. Okay, Lisa, congratulations, Lisa. The next one. Which is the most important in speaking? Your point of view, your fluency in English, in using English, your attitude, your gestures. So A, B, C, D. B, C, D. B, C, B. B, C, B. Exactly B. Alice, you have correct answer, Alice. Your fluency. Cái sự mà thuần thục trong việc sử dụng tiếng Anh của mình. Okay, B is the correct answer. Your point of view, your attitude, your gesture not important. Okay. So good job, Alice. Right one. Okay, good job. Now, today we have some revision for IELTS speaking overview first. So, what is IELTS speaking overview? Last time we mentioned already, but today I would like to remind again because this is the last time for you to review this one. And if you want to remember more deeply, please take note on your paper, on your notebook. Now, IELTS speaking test is the final part of the exam. Okay, who can read for me, please? Maybe David, please, can help me to read. Can you read me? Read aloud, please. The sentences here. The page. David, do you hear me, David?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, please read aloud the page, the slide.
The IELTS speaking test is the final part of the exam. It can take 7 days before or after the listening, reading, and writing test. It is a one-on-one interview between the candidate and an examiner. IELTS speaking is recorded. Timing 11 to 14 minutes. Timing is strictly controlled by the examiner, so do not be surprised if he or she interrupt you during an answer.
Yeah, it's strictly controlled. Okay, remember that your exam is recorded, so that if you want to ask to check again your paper, it's okay with some payment actually. Okay, now remember these are some important points for exam. Now, Lily, please read aloud. Lily.
The three parts give the candidate opportunity to use a range of different speaking skills. Part 1, introduction and interview. Timing 4 to 5 minutes.
Up to 10 questions.
Up to 10 questions. Part 2, independent, long term. Timing 3 minutes. Talk for 2 minutes with 1 minute to prepare. Part 3, discussion. Timing 4 to 5 minutes up 5 questions.
Okay. So opportunities, discussion, discuss. Những từ mà có shin thì nó sẽ nhấn âm trước của nó. Remember, opportunities. Okay, so we have three parts. The first one, introduction and interview. The second one, part 2, it means the topic that you have recorded. And number 1, the number 3, the discussion, it means ask and answer. 5 questions, up to 5 questions. Remember. Cô đề nghị Lisa and Alice, sorry, Lisa and Lily, your voice trong cái tí nữa grading của các bạn nó có một cái gọi là cái intonation, mà cái giọng của Lisa với Lily hiện giờ đang rất là đều, cho nên bạn sẽ mất điểm. Ok, vậy thì yêu cầu các bạn là mỗi ngày listen, nghe và đọc lại theo đúng bắt chước giọng người ta và luyện tập mỗi ngày cho cô. Mỗi ngày, every day, one recording sent to me. Mỗi ngày gửi cho cô một record. Các bạn khác cũng nếu ok thì vẫn có thể làm. Now, the test component. Peter, please read aloud, Peter.
Part 1 interview lasts 4 to 5 minutes. You will be asked about some aspect of yourselves, like examples, family, work, friends, entertainment, hobbies.
Yes, talk about all kinds of information about yourself. Okay. Now, next one. Number 2, part number 2. Independent long term. Long term is mean that that turn for you to talk a little bit longer. So last 3 or 4 minutes, you will be given a topic card with question on, and you have 1 minute to prepare for your talk and 2 minutes to speak. Okay, you are familiar with one already. Now, part number 3, discussion. Topic will be relevant to part number 2 topic. Remember, for example, talk about historical place. So this will also ask about historical places. Okay, it tests your ability to analyze and discuss in depth. Remember, in depth. General, not personal. Remember, that's about your knowledge. Your knowledge. You should give opinion and reason for your choices. In here. Okay, so the test component, which part is the most important? The simple answer is that the 3 parts are not scored separately. The examiner rates the students' performance as a whole. In this sense, neither part is more important. Okay, that time I show you, right? Part 1 is supposed to be quite easy, like a warm up. So you won't get a high score if you only do well this part. Part 2, when the examiner really gets a chance to assess how good you are, he or she will have an idea of what score to give you. Okay, for part number 2. But part number 3, the examiner is making his or her final decision. A good performance here can boost your score. Okay, so 3 parts are equally checked actually. Those score calculation is like this: fluency and coherence. Cohesion. Okay, fluency and cohesion. It's been related to the topic. Pronunciation. Lexical, for example, you have 4 points of grades, 4 criteria. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. These are 4 main points. Okay, and then all of these are totalized and then divided equally. Remember like this. And next one, grading criteria. Fluency and coherence. So fluency and coherence account for 25%. How fluent you speak and how well you link the idea together. It means you can use coherent, cohesion, or linking words here. Remember. Lexical resources, vocabulary. Lexical is mean vocab. How accurate and varied your vocabulary is. Grammatical range and accuracy. It means you use grammar accurately and you use a variety of grammar structure. Pronunciation, how accurate your pronunciation is. I see that, Lily, you have to practice this a lot and a lot, Lily. Fluency is a combination of speed, tức là phải nói cái tốc độ nói của mình không quá chậm nha. Length of answer, độ dài đáp án. Pausing correctly, mình dừng ở đúng nơi đúng chỗ hay không, hay là mình dừng bởi vì mình không biết ý nói hoặc là mình không nghĩ ra cấu trúc, không nghĩ ra từ vựng. Coherence is the ability to answer the question directly. Expand nghĩa là about topic related, có liên quan tới topic hay không nè. Expand your answer by adding relevant and detail, like Peter last time. Okay, to explain or illustrate your answer. Connect your sentences by using tenses and connector. It means linking words. Next one, feature of good pronunciation include basic word pronunciation, link, speech, sounds. Okay, there is a, you have to use link, speech, sounds. It's when you don't have link, when you don't have the sounds like this. For example, the app there are apples in the buckets. Okay, like this. If you don't have s here, so you say there are apple in the basket. But if you have linking, if you have sounds, final sounds, you will say there are apples in the bucket. This in the baskets. Remember. So remember that the link of the words really important also. Now, correct sentence, stress. Okay, stress. Okay, I really love my doggy. I really love my doggy. That's sentence stress. Trong câu mình nhận có đúng chỗ hay không? Correct intonation. Cái giọng mình có lên xuống hay không? Hay là mình có đều. Feature of good pronunciation include basic word pronunciation, link, speech, sound. Giọng mình phải như thế này nè. Like this, nó mới thú vị được. You should know that there is no need to have British or accent, American accent. Người ta không có phân biệt chủng tộc. Remember. Now, lexical resources. Do you have enough words to express yourself clearly? Okay. Have you got enough vocab to discuss a range of topics? Use vocab accurately or explain yourself when you do not have the right word. Okay. Now, next one. Grammatical range and accuracy. 2 key points. Avoid grammar mistakes, especially with your tenses. Remember tenses. Use a range of grammatical structure and you should not just use simple sentences on the time. Okay, that's about speaking. Do you have any question for this one? For speaking, grading, or maybe speaking test also? Have you got? 1, 2, 3,
No.
4, 5. No. Now move. Let's move to the next part. Last time you come up with meeting about this thing already. So today we will go a little bit quickly about this one. Now, she asked you to listen again this one to answer the question. Okay, and now I'll let you listen again. And you are going to answer 4 questions. The first one, how many questions did the examiner ask? What kind of questions did the examiner ask? And what were the question words? Number 3, what 2 topics did the examiner cover? Okay, it means how many topics are included. Approximately, how long did the student speak for each question? And how many sentences did she use? Okay, now listen and answer the question, please.
Track 2. 1.
This is a very nice ground floor 2-bedroom flat. It was recently modernised with a new bathroom and kitchen. The main bedroom is a double bedroom with an ensuite bathroom and toilet, in addition to the main bathroom and toilet. There is a second, smaller bedroom. The living room is spacious and there is a large kitchen, which is big.
Track 8.
Now, in this section of the test, I'd like to ask you some questions about yourself and where you live. Do you live in a house or an apartment at the moment?
Right now, I'm living in a house with 2 other students. It's a pretty big house with 2 floors, a garden, and a shared bathroom. I moved in during the summer.
Where do you live? In the city or the countryside?
Our house is in the city center, about 5 minutes walk from the train station. We're close to all of the shops and restaurants, and our school is about a 20-minute bus ride from my house. There's lots to see and do around there, so I'm pretty happy with the location.
Who else lives with you where you live?
Well, as I said, I live with 2 other students. They both go to the same school as me. One of them is from China and the other is from India. I'm from Romania, so I think we live in a pretty international house.
Is there anything you don't like about where you live?
Well, I don't like sharing my bathroom with others, and the kitchen is often very busy, but I think that's normal for a shared house. Also, we need to do the gardening regularly or things get out of control. Sometimes the trains can be a little loud as well, especially in the mornings.
Now, let's talk about shopping. Where do most people go shopping where you live?
Most people go to the City Gate Shopping Center, as it's the biggest and has the most shops and restaurants. There is also a cinema and ice rink, so people go there not just to shop, but to hang out with their friends as well. It has all of the famous brands and, most importantly, it's warm in the winter.
When do you usually go shopping?
I usually go at the weekends, as I'm too busy with my studies to go in the week. The only problem is that the city gate gets very full at weekends, and you have to wait a long time to get a bus back home because so many people are trying to catch the bus at the same time as you.
Why do lots of young people like to go shopping at big shopping centres?
I think it's because everything is in one place, and they're clean and comfortable, and it's safe for young people to meet. Where else can you go that has all of the shops and entertainment under one roof that the big malls have?
Would you ever do your shopping at the local market?
I'm not really sure, as the local market is more for older people who just want to go and buy some cheaper food or clothes, and the styles and brands on sale at the market are a bit old-fashioned for me personally. Maybe my parents would be fine with going to the market, but there's really nothing interesting for me there.
Okay. Now, please tell me the answer, please. Now, can you type the answer on the chat box? How many questions did the examiner ask? Please type on the chat box, please. Okay, Alice, 8. David, 8. Lisa, 8. Peter, 8. Okay, now, what kind of question did the examiner ask? What kind of question? Can you mute and say it? Can you unmute and say WA question? Okay, good. WA question. What were the question word? What were the question word? WA question. Okay. Now, what 2 topics did the examiner cover? What are the 2 topics, please? Now, please, what are the 2 topics? David, house and shopping. House and shopping. Okay, good. Now, approximately how long did the student speak for each question? Now, Lily, answer me. Approximately, xấp xỉ là ha. Mất bao lâu? How long did the student speak at each question? Now, Lily, tell me, please. Unmute and say. Lily? 1, 2, 3. I don't want to repeat your name one more time. 8. Okay, 8 minutes for 8 questions. Are you sure? Approximately how long did the student speak at 8 questions? Okay, Lisa, please. Unmute and say for fast.
About 10 seconds.
10 seconds. 10 seconds. Okay. Now, how many sentences did she use? How many sentences did she use? Peter. Peter. 1,
Yes.
2. Now, how many sentences did she use?
I don't remember.
Okay, David, please. David, have.
I think that from 3 to 5 sentences.
2, 3 to 4 sentences. Okay, now let's check.
Track 8.
Now, in this section of the test, I'd like to ask you some questions about yourself and where you live. Do you live in a house or an apartment at the moment?
Right now, I'm
1.
living in a house with 2 other students. It's a pretty big house with 2 floors, a garden, and a shared bathroom. I moved in during the summer.
Where do you live? In the city?
How many sentences? How many sentences? How many? The answer.
3.
How many? How many?
3. 3.
3. Yes. 3. Yes. Is it right? So, how many questions? A question exactly. What kind of question did the examiner ask? WA question. Where, who, when, why? Okay. Yes, no question. Is and do. Now, number 3. What two topic exactly? Okay, where you live and shopping. Where you live and shopping, not really your house. Approximately how long? Okay. So, yes, 15 to 20 seconds. 8 or 10 seconds is too short. Because you 3 to 4 sentences per question. Okay, this is also the tip you have to remember. Okay, you have to remember. If you demand, if you meet this demand, you are good. Remember. Okay. Now, listen again for the recording. No doubt useful language the student use. Useful language, it means that the structure, the phrases, the vocab that value your speaking. Now, please listen again.
Track 8.
Now, in this section of the test, I'd like to ask you some questions about yourself and where you live. Do you live in a house or an apartment at the moment?
Right now, I'm living in a house with 2 other students. It's a pretty big house with 2 floors, a garden, and a shared bathroom. I moved in during the summer.
Where do you live? In the city or the countryside?
Our house is in the city center, about 5 minutes walk from the train station. We're close to all of the shops and restaurants, and our school is about a 20-minute bus ride from my house. There's lots to see and do around there, so I'm pretty happy with the location.
Who else lives with you where you live?
Well, as I said, I live with 2 other students. They both go to the same school as me. One of them is from China and the other is from India. I'm from Romania, so I think we live in a pretty international house.
Is there anything you don't like about where you live?
Well, I don't like sharing my bathroom with others, and the kitchen is often very busy, but I think that's normal for a shared house. Also, we need to do the gardening regularly or things get out of control. Sometimes the trains can be a little loud as well, especially in the mornings.
Now, let's talk about shopping. Where do most people go shopping where you live?
Most people go to the City Gate Shopping Center, as it's the biggest and has the most shops and restaurants. There is also a cinema and ice rink, so people go there not just to shop, but to hang out with their friends as well. It has all of the famous brands, and most importantly, it's warm in the winter.
When do you usually go shopping?
I usually go at the weekends, as I'm too busy with my studies to go in the week. The only problem is that the city gate gets very full at weekends, and you have to wait a long time to get a bus back home because so many people are trying to catch the bus at the same time as you.
Why do lots of young people like to go shopping at big shopping centres?
I think it's because everything is in one place, and they're clean and comfortable, and it's safe for young people to meet. Where else can you go that has all of the shops and entertainment under one roof that the big malls have?
Would you ever do your shopping at the local market?
I'm not really sure, as the local market is more for older people who just want to go and buy some cheaper food or clothes, and the styles and brands on sale at the market are a bit old-fashioned for me personally. Maybe my parents would be fine with going to the market, but there's really nothing interesting for me there.
Okay, now I would like you to tell me. Now please, each of you, mỗi bạn, give me 3 useful language that she uses. By the way, I remember that something come to my mind is that I will send this file to all of you guys, and I need you work in pairs, and then one is examiner and one is the candidate. And then you call on yellow or maybe telephone to ask and answer. I will send you the audio, you listen, and then you repeat with the test script also. Okay, especially Lily and Lisa. Okay, you have to practice pronunciation and your intonation a lot. Alice, Peter, and David, you can practice by yourself, or you can call your friend. It's up to you. But Lily and Lisa, you have to improve. Okay, by the way. Now, so the first one, who is the first one to tell me about useful phrases that the student uses? 1, 2, 3. Who is the first one? Who is the first one to tell me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No one? No one?
We talk about useful phrases.
Yes, of course.
First of all, home is share bathroom, pretty big house, and
Wait for me.
okay.
Okay. Now, share what?
Bedroom.
Share bedroom. Okay.
Bedroom.
Bathroom. Okay.
Pretty
What
big
else?
house.
Again?
Pretty big house.
Pretty big.
I'm pretty happy with the location.
Pretty happy. Khá là ha. What else?
Shared house.
Share house, share bedroom. Okay, already. What else?
City center.
City center. I don't think useful language. It's just regular language.
I think is enough.
Enough. Okay, now 1, 2, 3. The other one. Now 1, 2, 3. No? No idea. Okay, I skip it. If I say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you have no responses, so I skip it for fast. I will not wait for silence. Okay. Now, so pretty big house, 2 floor, garden, share bedroom, city center, but I don't think, okay, it's okay, but about 5 minutes walk, about 20 minutes bus ride. I'm really happy with the location. Wow, don't like share house, the trains are a little bit loud. Okay, so what else? Shopping center, cinema, ice rink. What does it mean, ice rink? The whole class, what does it mean, ice rink? What does it mean? What does it mean, ice rings?
Sân trượt băng hả cô?
Yeah, something like that. Hang out, famous brands, get very full, everything is in one place, clean and comfortable, entertainment under one roof, local market, style, brands, old fashion. You see, những từ này người ta sẽ đánh giá cao các bạn. Okay, for example, if you say big, but really big. Okay, really happy. All right, location also like a useful phrase. Now, with partner, ask and answer this question. I will divide you into rooms. Cô chia các bạn làm các nhóm nha. Các bạn sẽ vào các phòng và các bạn sẽ hỏi những câu hỏi này. In your book you have got. Okay, and you have 2 minutes. Các bạn có đúng 2 phút to ask and answer about this one. Okay, now the first pair, cặp đầu tiên will be David and Alice. David and Alice. I will send you to another room, breakout room. So I create 2 room. And I assign, cô sẽ chia phòng ngẫu nhiên nha. Room number 1. Okay, let me see. Yes, Lily, yes. Okay. Thử nha. Cô là nhóm 1 hả? Cô muốn vào cô muốn vào nhóm 2.
Cô ơi, cô chưa mở mic cô.
Hello, you are going to. I will divide you again for 3 rooms. And now take turn and ask and answer. Last time, for example, David asked and Alice answer. And now vice versa. Okay, remember. And please work really fast. Don't just keep silent, please. Okay. Now I break air for 3 rooms. Peter, move to room number 3. Lily,
See nothing.
room number 3. Okay. Now, let's go.
Okay, now where are you living now? You can now by currently. Currently, I'm living Pleiku City, central part of Vietnam, and it's a mountainous area and a mountainous and great area for tourists to come over to visit, for example. That's all. Now, who else do you live with? In a small house in. Okay, you can say, oh well, I am living with my family, including my parents, my younger brother in a small house in Pleiku City. Okay, you can say so. Now, what's your favorite room in your home? Well, my bedroom is, I love my bedroom the best. I often decorate my room on my own. And, you know, after hard work from school, I can take a rest and lie down on my bedroom comfortably. Now, why do you like the place where you live? Well, I have many reasons to be into or to adore to love my place. First, is the people here are quite friendly. Okay, it is a safe and a peaceful place for anyone to live, to stay in. For example, okay, just say very condensed like this. Okay, now So you can practice more these questions, Lisa. Practice more and talk more fluently. Okay, Lisa? So 60 more seconds, we ask and answer. So where do you come from? Lisa, do you hear me?
Yes.
Hello các bạn ơi, quay lại trang chính chưa? Quay lại chưa các bạn?
Cô.
Are you on? Ok. Các bạn khi mà cô quay lại trang chính thì các bạn tự quay lại luôn nha, mình tự
sau 60 giây, lâu lắm. Oh no,
not room anymore. Okay. Now, some question. What's that? Breakout room. Delete. Delete number 2. Delete number 3. Okay. Now, would some question ask you to think about something you might do? You using would. Ask and answer the question with a partner. Would you recommend your house or apartment to another person? Would you move house if you had the chance? Would you like to buy a house in your hometown one day? Would you like to live by yourself or with family or friends? Okay, now I would like you to ask and answer number 1. The first pair, please. The first pair, ask and answer number 1. The first room, the first pair. Alice and David.
Alex, would you recommend your house or your apartment to another person?
Actually, I would say that no, because my home is not convenient. It's a little bit small, but for me, it's so perfect. So, if anyone has the same hobby like me, I will recommend my home to them.
Okay, right. The useful phrase, Alice. Now, number 2, the second pair. David, Peter, and Lily.
Would you move house if you had the chance?
No, I don't move house because they are very comfortable.
Okay, would you move house if you had a chance? Well, I haven't got this idea before, but if I had a chance, I would love to have a more comfortable house, for example. Nói một cách tự nhiên hơn nha, Lily nha. Number 3, please. Okay, Lily and Lisa and Alice. Number 3.
Would you like to buy a house in your hometown one day?
No, I wouldn't. I would like to buy a house in another city because I want to try another living conditions.
Okay, number 4. Now, David and Lily.
Would you like to live by yourself or with family?
I think that I would like to live by myself because I don't want to base on my family, and I have another life for me in the future, so that I want
Okay.
to live by myself.
Okay, would you like, đừng có đọc would you like to live by yourself or with your family? Okay, now these words are useful when talking about your hometown. Write 4 sentences about it using prompts from 1 to 4. For example, number 1, my people in my hometown usually don't often go out at night because. So go out at night because. You have to use the useful words here to talk about your hometown. Okay, with the reason here. Cái này các bạn tự viết nha. This is the home task for you. Đây là bài tập về nhà cho các bạn. Okay, if possible, nếu có thể đưa lên file luôn để cô sửa cho nhanh. Okay, type on your the word on the file also. Here. Just 4 sentences. 4 câu thôi các bạn có thể viết. Okay. Okay, now respond to yes or no question. So how if the examiner asks you about yes or no question, it's not enough to say yes or no. Thật ra cái khi mà câu hỏi này đưa lên á, mà các bạn trả lời yes or no là cô không đồng ý, cô không thích đâu. Would you like to buy a house in your hometown one day? No, I wouldn't like. Không nên trả lời như vậy. Well, I am thinking about a house on my own, for example, because I want to have like a privacy at the weekend after work or during the work. I want to have privacy for myself. So that's why I would like to buy a house in my hometown or in a remote area, for example. So đối với câu hỏi yes no thì người ta hướng dẫn mình như thế nào? It's not enough to just say yes or no. Try to add at least 2 sentences with extra information explaining your answer. Remember, đối với tất cả các câu hỏi này đều có explaining your answer or maybe example. Okay, so by that way, như vậy, match the question and answer. Number one, do you live near the sea? So which one is the answer? Is there anything you don't like about where you live? Number 3, is your house in the city or in the countryside? Number 4, do you live in a house or an apartment? Number 5, is there anything special you can do in your hometown? Number 6, are there any interesting places to visit in your hometown? Thật ra tất cả những câu hỏi này cô khuyên các bạn nè. Khi nói tới cái chủ đề nói á, practice speaking á, tất cả những câu hỏi này các bạn nên đưa ra thực hành ở nhà hết luôn, không chừa câu nào hết, và xem thử mình có thỏa mãn những cái demands này chưa, mình có meet những cái demand này chưa, meet the demands, tức là ví dụ yes no question thì mình có trả lời mấy câu, mình có explain hay chưa, nếu chưa ghi âm lại, nghe lại và trả lời chừng nào được thôi. Đừng có lơi bơi với cô. Hiện giờ Lily không đáp ứng được cái gì cả. Lily hiện giờ đang là nói rất là lơ mơ đó nha Lily nha. Now let's match 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 A, B, C, D, E, F. So number 1, which is the answer? We live in the suburbs just outside the city, about 20 minutes ride by car. Okay, David done already. Very fast, David. Now number 1, B. Do you live near the sea? Yes, we live on the coast. Các bạn thấy không, người ta dùng lại paraphrase ngay liền. Near the sea, cái là by the coast liền, lanh ghê chưa? Okay, and we can see the beach. Lý do tại sao mình live in the coast nè. From our window is pretty nice. Giải thích thêm nữa. Okay, còn cho thêm nữa, cái này gọi là gì? Rất là phóng khoáng luôn các bạn. Nếu các bạn chỉ trả lời mà trong cái phạm vi yes I live near the sea là các bạn bị keo kiệt. Nên nhớ với cô, Okay. Now, is there anything you don't like about where you live? So which one is the correct answer?
D.
D. Yes. Yes, the weather there is pretty terrible. Nếu các bạn dùng từ terrible thôi á thì người ta biết là cô này chắc là tiếng Anh cũng sèn sèn nhưng cũng chưa đâu. Còn dùng từ pretty thì nghe có vẻ như là fluent đó. Okay, pretty terrible. We only get about 6 weeks of summer and it's very cold most of the time. Okay, cuối cùng vẫn có một cái keyword để trả lời các bạn Okay. Is there anything you don't like? It's very cold. Người ta không trả lời một cách trực tiếp mà người ta they're pretty terrible. Người ta không trả lời like. I don't like the weather. Người ta không trả lời như vậy. Thấy chưa? Người ta chuyển biến cấu trúc nè. The weather there is pretty terrible. Okay. We only get 6 weeks of summer and it's very cold most of the time. Tức là hầu hết là mùa lạnh tôi không thích và thời tiết là tôi không thích. Được chưa? Chúng tôi chỉ có được tận hưởng 60 tuần trong một năm thôi, đó là mùa hè. Đó, cách người ta nói rất là fancy, rất là tinh tế luôn các bạn. Now, number 3. Is your house in a city or in a countryside? Which one? A. We live in the suburbs, just outside the city, about 20 minutes ride by car. Okay. Yes. Thế người ta hỏi, is your house in a city or in a countryside? Vậy thì we live, người ta hỏi, người ta đâu có hỏi do you live hay where do you live đâu, người ta vẫn trả lời là we live in a suburb. Và giải thích suburb ở đâu? Just outside the city, và cách trung tâm thành phố bao xa, ví dụ như vậy. Now, number 4. Do you live in a house or rent apartment? Which one? F. We currently. Người ta, các bạn xem nè, do you live hoặc là are you living thì các bạn có thể dùng từ currently, đang. Được chưa? Okay, we currently. Nếu mà chỉ dùng we live thì nghe nó bình thường, nhưng mà we currently cái là hiện tại đang sống ở đây, biết đâu tương lai thì sống ở khác, hay là quá khứ mình sống ở khác thì sao? Right. In a small apartment. Nếu mình chỉ nói là we live in an apartment thì nghe bình thường quá, nhưng mà small apartment nó lại khác nữa các bạn Đó là cái gọi là cái powerful của từ loại các bạn, của tính từ. Được chưa? Được chưa? Small apartment on the 33rd floor. Còn giải thích thêm nữa, còn cho thêm biếu thêm nữa các bạn. Đó là tầng số 33 luôn. My last house was. Đó. Được chưa? Người ta còn, tức là currently là cái nhà này small, nhưng mà ngày trước là bigger, vẫn nói về chủ đề house các bạn. Ok, các bạn cứ có ý tưởng gì về house các bạn có thể nói hết ra luôn. Được chưa? Nhưng câu hỏi của người ta các bạn phải trả lời được. Ok, là house hay là apartment phải có, sau đó giải thích thêm. Remember, nhớ là cái stick to the question là cái quan trọng nhất, sau đó giải thích thêm là thứ quan trọng, thứ yếu. Next one. Is there anything special you can do in your hometown?
C.
E.
C. C or E?
E.
E. Yes, there are many monuments and museums to see. We have a lot of culture and history. And E, which one? And C. Not really. I think my hometown is a little bit boring. We mostly take a train to Shanghai when we want to do something. Okay, Lisa. Is there anything special you can do? You can do. Okay, so here we want to do something a little bit boring. You got what I mean? Lisa? It's been asked about activity you can do. There are many monuments and museums to see. We have a lot of culture and history. Okay, actually not really matter question here. Mình có thể có cái điều gì đặc biệt hay không? Có gì đặc biệt hay không? Vậy thì có monuments and monuments to see. Cái này giống như hỏi về những cái special feature about your hometown. More than. Okay, so the answer is Vậy thì đáp án sẽ là gì? Đáp án sẽ là gì? Ok, C the best answer. Not really. Not really. Người ta không hỏi là, người ta không nói là no there isn't, người ta không nói nha các bạn nha. Not really, không thật sự là special, anything special. I think. Nào, nếu mình nói là oh my hometown is a little bit boring, là người ta sẽ đánh giá là mình cũng hơi thiên kiến một xíu. It doesn't matter, nhưng không vấn đề. Mình có thể dùng I think cũng được mà không có được, nhưng I think người ta sẽ đánh giá là khả năng tiếng Anh của mình sử dụng rất là natural. We mostly take a train to Shanghai when we want to do something. Tức là muốn có làm cái gì đó thì phải mất thời gian rất là nhiều để đến Shanghai. Đến đâu các bạn? Shanghai là đâu vậy? Shanghai. Thượng Hải. Okay. Now, number 6. Are there any interesting places to visit in your hometown? Lily, which one, Lily? Lily, which one? One, two, three. Skip it. Cô nhắc đến lần 2 là bỏ qua nha. Okay, E. Yes, there are many monuments and museums to see. Được chưa? Có những cái nơi nào, cái này người ta thường hay hỏi về mấy cái này, mình hay hỏi places là chính xác hơn. Okay. Cái này người ta đâu có trả lời yes. Yes, there are một cách là trống không đâu, người ta phải giải thích là there are many monuments. Okay. Now let's practice. We have no time left, right? Chúng ta hết giờ rồi. Cô sẽ gửi cho các bạn cái file này. Cô sẽ gửi các bạn cái file này. Và cái file này cô show cho các bạn luôn bây giờ luôn nè. Lily đâu rồi? Lily, are you here, Lily?
Đây cô.
Lily là về nhà luyện tập thêm thật nhiều cho cô nha Lily nha. Rồi, cô đã cho 4 loại topic. 4 loại topic. 4 cái topic ở đây các bạn sẽ hỏi. Nói chung là đây là những cái câu hỏi và câu trả lời của examiner và candidate. Cô ví dụ, can you tell me a little about your education? I have a Bachelor of Art in History, a BA in History, I graduated in gì đó, được chưa? Thì các bạn sau đó các bạn có thể đọc hết những câu trả lời này xong thì các bạn sẽ tự trả lời xem thử ý của mình và không nhìn đáp án nữa. Ok, cả lớp không phải riêng ai hết mà cả lớp cùng làm cái này cho cô. Được chưa? Next one, câu hỏi tiếp theo. What led you to choose your field of study? I think it suits my personality and strengths. For example, it had make me more methodical, for example. Tiếp. What courses did you or do you find the most interesting? Được chưa? Đối với các câu hỏi này, sau đó các bạn sẽ tự kết nối và tự chọn đáp án, không nhìn đáp án nữa cho cô nha. Yes or no the whole class? Yes or no?
Yes.
Ở đây
Yes.
cô có 4 topic. Ở đây cô có 4 topic. Cô gửi lên hết cho các bạn luôn. Và các bạn phải thực hành nha. Phải thực hành cho cô, bữa sau cô đụng tới câu hỏi nào các bạn phải nói fluently cho cô. Bạn nào cũng vậy. Ok. Và như vậy tóm lại là nhiệm vụ của các bạn là, đây cô show cho các bạn cái file các bạn xem luôn nè. Đó. Này, 1, 2, 3, 4. Được chưa? Một topic về studies, một topic về home and accommodation, về topic là về hometown và topic về family luôn. Đó, mỗi ngày dành ra một ít. Tuy nhiên, đối với phần bài này, đối với phần let's practice này, các bạn có một nhiệm vụ mà nữa để làm. là mấy cái phần này cô sẽ gửi hết file audio các bạn về. Ví dụ như phần pronunciation nè, apartment, phần này hôm trước học rồi thì phải. Rồi cô gửi cả cái video cho các bạn xem luôn nha. Đó, đây là exam skill. Cái này làm ghi âm và gửi qua cho cô. Ghi âm và gửi qua cho cô chỉ cái phần kia các bạn luyện tập. Còn phần này các bạn sẽ ghi âm. Thì bây giờ cô assign luôn. Assign luôn, các bạn sẽ là một người hỏi, một người trả lời. Còn riêng bạn nào mà đã bị lẻ thì sẽ tự giả giọng là một examiner và mình sẽ là người candidate. Được chưa? Bây giờ là ai sẽ ghép cặp với ai, có muốn xung phong không? Các bạn có thể gọi Zalo cũng được nè. Hoặc là các bạn có thể, nói chung là làm sao cô không quan tâm. Làm sao để có một cái examiner có thể tự giả giọng hỏi rồi tự trả lời. Được chưa? Và thu âm cho cô 6-8 câu hỏi này vào cho cô. Và gửi qua cho cô. Cô xem nào, hôm nay là thứ Tư. Ngày thứ sáu các bạn sẽ gửi cho cô trước 3 giờ chiều ngày thứ Sáu cho cô. Rồi, nhiệm vụ thứ nhất. Các bạn ghi chú lại giùm cô để tí nữa quăng lên nhóm để cô nói cô không nhớ đâu đó. Ghi chú lại, chụp hình gửi lên cho cô nào. Thứ nhất là exam skill. Trả lời 8 câu hỏi này và có thể là đóng pair hoặc là giả giọng để trả lời. Dựa trên các tiêu chí đó là trả lời câu hỏi dùng useful phrases. Rồi, trả lời từ 2 đến 3 đến 4 câu cho mỗi câu hỏi. Rồi đi vào stick to the point, explain và example nếu có. Được chưa? Trước 3 giờ chiều gửi cho cô, ai gửi sớm thì cộng điểm vào. Thứ hai, xem cái video này xem mẫu. Cái này cô sẽ gửi link cho YouTube thôi để khỏi nặng. Thứ ba, cô sẽ gửi cái file nghe hồi nãy riêng bạn Lily, bạn Lisa về thực hành cái intonation cho cô với. Các bạn khác thì giọng ok hơn. Riêng bạn Lily, bạn Lisa về thực hành cho cô thật là nhiều lên cái intonation, cái nói giọng có đều nghe là bị trừ điểm ngay. Tiếp theo, riêng hồi nãy là bạn rồi gì nữa ta? Hồi nãy cô có gieo gì nữa cô quên rồi mấy đứa. Mấy câu hỏi này về trả lời là hết nha. Về trả lời là hết. Rồi cái này bài tập. Rồi bài tập tiếp theo nữa là viết câu. Đó, thì hôm nay như vậy là đủ rồi. Cô sẽ không có gieo cho các bạn nhiều nữa bởi vì nó nhiều quá thì các bạn làm cũng không kịp. Rồi, tiếp theo nữa là học từ vựng cho cô. Học từ vựng hết cái phần này về liên quan tới architecture, useful phrases này kia hết cho cô. Ok, is there any question for me? Các bạn có thắc mắc gì dành cho cô không nào? Cả lớp.
No.
Trong tháng 10 này cô nhờ bạn Alice làm thư ký cho cô. Tất cả bài tập về nhà cô dặn note lại quẳng lên nhóm cho cô. Rồi xong cô có tạo folder, cô sẽ đưa lên đó tất cả các cái bài liên quan đến viết, dịch này kia, đưa lên hết folder, cô sửa cho nó nhanh. Được chưa? Rồi, còn sửa lại cái câu viết hồi nãy nữa, cái bài viết hồi nãy của các bạn nữa. Đó, các bạn thử sửa đây. Ok, is it clear for everything? Rõ hết chưa các bạn?
Okay.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Now raise your hand and say goodbye, teacher. Goodbye, class.
Goodbye,
Goodbye.
teacher.
Goodbye.
Now say thank you. Say thank you to everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lily, where are you, Lily? I didn't hear your voice.
Thank you.
Lily, cố gắng cho cô nghe chưa Lily? Em vào sau. Dĩ nhiên là em phải thua kém các bạn rồi. Nhưng mà vào sau mà vượt trội mới đó là cái đáng quý. Nghe chưa Lily? Ok Lily?
Yes.
Cố gắng cho cô gấp đôi các bạn cho cô. Ok. Goodbye for now. Cô sẽ gửi ngay bây giờ luôn. Thực hành liền bây giờ nếu được. Ok. So, goodbye. Bye bye.